Lately, we have gotten reports saying that the Lakers plan to keep Maxi Kleber, which has many fans questioning why they might do that and why they would keep a guy that averaged 3 points per game on 38% from the field and 26% from 3 last season. I mean, at that point, what can he offer their team, and why would they want to keep a guy like that rather than trade him and trade his $11 million expiring contract? And you know, if you think about it, I think there actually is a point to make for why they would keep him and why it does make sense for them to keep him too. I mean, after all, JJ Redick, their head coach, does love versatility, and that's what Maxi Kleber has to offer. I mean, I know it might not seem like much, but that's a really tough combination to find, especially with a guy that actually has postseason background and has proven it during the postseason as well. Doesn't get talked about much, but Kleber's actually been a playoff riser, not a playoff dropper. Yes, averaging about the same points per game, but if you turn to the efficiency and the 3-point shooting, it actually goes way up with Maxi Kleber during the postseason. Compared to the 35.4% that he shot during the regular season, that jumps all the way up to 38.6% during the postseason, nearly 39% from the 3-point line as a hybrid 4-5. Very impressive. So combine that all together and you have a guy that's actually got a pretty unique combination. Everything from the 3-point shooting, defensive versatility, the playoff background, and then not to mention the fact that he's played with the Lakers' #1 option, Luka Doncic, for the better part of 8 years now. So in my opinion, you have a guy that definitely could help their team out and probably is for the best for why they want to keep him and at least evaluate what he can offer their team for the time being. So with that in mind, what can he offer their team and what kind of role should he fill for their team? We're going to talk about that and explore that further during today's video. And well, if you're gonna talk about Maxi Kleber, the first thing you have to talk about him is and always will be health. I mean, I think there's definitely a role for him on this team and definitely a skill set that he can offer that, again, nobody else really can. But first and foremost, he's got to stay healthy to provide that skill set. Last season only playing 34 games, the prior to that one only playing 43 games, 37 in the 2022-23 NBA season, not hitting the 50-game mark in literally 3.5 years now. So that's obviously a major problem with Maxi Kleber. Can he stay on the court? Can he be a reliable option for the rotation? Can they keep him in the rotation due to health and actually does remain somewhat durable? You know, not gonna say the guys play 80 out of a possible 82 games here, that's not realistic, but I would be hoping for roughly 50 games. I think he does have to hit the 50-game mark again. You know, that's kind of a bare minimum for him. If he can't do that, and if he can't show to be somewhat durable and get back to what he used to be, then I might look to him as more of a trade asset at the trade deadline, use him more as an asset at the trade deadline rather than an asset for the rotation. That's really what it comes down to here with Maxi Kleber. Obviously depending on the matchup, but he might be the best fit for a closing lineup for their team. Between the three of Ayton, Hayes, and himself, again going back to the versatility on both ends of the court, he does have the most of it to offer, and that typically does translate pretty well to the fourth quarter or simply toward the end of the game. So if I had to guess, the rotation might look something like Ayton to start the game obviously, then Hayes to be the second center option off the bench, then during the second quarter maybe some Maxi Kleber time, then again maybe in the late third quarter going into the fourth quarter, then Kleber gets back on the court if he's playing well and outplaying both Ayton and Hayes in that particular matchup, or maybe it's against a smaller team that there's not really a big need for a big traditional 5 like Ayton or Hayes, then that might be the matchup for Kleber where he gets more playing time than them, gets the more important minutes quote unquote, and potentially even finishes the game for their team too. That's what I'd be looking at here with Maxi Kleber, playing kind of the lesser role in the first half between Ayton and Hayes, again maybe a toss-up between him and Hayes, but then come the second half and especially during the fourth quarter, that's when they might look toward Maxi Kleber a bit more. Now don't get me wrong, I think there will be plenty of games where DeAndre Ayton does finish the game for them, will be both their starting and finishing center option for that game, but do not throw Kleber out of the conversation here. I think he will and very likely will be in that conversation, will be finishing games for them at the 5 with both DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes on the bench watching him. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.